As the world's population grows and industrializes, our environment is being threatened. We've manufactured and driven more and bigger cars, which we rely on to commute to work and school. We have expanded and produced more electricity from fossil fuels to power, heat, and cool our homes and institutions. We've used exponentially increasing fossil fuels to grow the food we depend on. While this expansion has produced many benefits to humanity, our scope of influence on this planet is swelling to all corners of the world, and we run the serious risk of undermining the fragile resources on which we depend. While almost everything humans do on a daily basis will be affected by the forces of climate change, this also means that people have the power to alter their daily habits to contribute to a more sustainable planet. In 2005, Redwood City emitted 524,046 metric tons of carbon dioxide, or 7.12 metric tons per person per year. This is equivalent to each man, woman, and child in Redwood City driving an SUV from Los Angeles to New York City and back 5.5 times. The most greenhouse gas intensive sectors of the local Redwood City economy are transportation, which accounts for 51% of overall emissions, and heating, cooling, and lighting residential, commercial, and industrial buildings, which capture 43% of the remaining greenhouse gas emissions. However, these statistics underestimate the total carbon footprint of Redwood City because they do not consider the contribution of food systems to that footprint, a contribution that can be quite substantial. On a global scale, food systems contribute to 17% of global greenhouse gas emissions, and in the US, they contribute to close to 19% of greenhouse gas emissions. While climate change is a global problem that requires global action, such action must begin locally. Communities have the power to make changes that can minimize carbon footprints and maximize sustainability. Simple, everyday actions like turning off lights when leaving the room, picking one day a week to bike or take public transportation instead of driving, and buying more local, organic produce when possible can be the difference between contributing to and combating climate change. Many Redwood City residents have already started to make these simple changes, and the possibilities are endless. For some, it's shopping at the farmer's market.
I think it's local produce. It isn't as traveled as the grocery store.
Yeah.
It's healthy and good. A lot of options here, and it's really convenient. And it's a community place. You come here and you get to see all your friends.
For others, it is minimizing waste.
But there's, everybody recycles every day. We put our recycling out and in the morning it's gone because people are taking all of it. We're like, maybe we should do it.
People in Redwood City recognize the importance of sustainability.
I don't think we can all turn old and not worry about our kids.
And are proud of the steps their community is taking.
Actually, I think it's all going in the right direction.
And most importantly, many people understand that the change begins with them.
Sí. Pero nosotros somos los que hacemos lo bueno. Sí. Si queremos hacer malo, pues lo hacemos malo, pero yo busco ¿verdad? Lo bueno.
Bueno.
Trato de mejorar, de dar lo bueno de mí para los demás, para que ellos vean que yo soy buena y cambien su vida.
Sí, es súper. With an integrated and organized strategy as proposed by Redwood City's Climate Action Plan, the community can make big strides towards building a Redwood City resilient to the impacts of climate change. The Climate Action Plan is full of steps that can be taken, individually and together, to address climate change and produce real results for the community. Over the next 2 hours, we hope to highlight our class's vision of a sustainable Redwood City. Throughout the past 10 weeks, we have identified solutions in the realms of active school travel, home energy conservation, and local sustainable food systems. We hope these changes excite you and initiate community participation and local change.